everyone, it's Dina, aka Kitty Girl, and I thought I would show you my latest project. It is for a swap, it's a private swap. It's with a gal named Giselle, and Giselle, I'm not sure if you're subscribed, but if you are, you may want to turn the video off because this is what you'll be getting in the mail by the end of the week. Um, my another friend Angela, she had basically sent a pocket letter to me just as a gift. It was beautiful, and she used these papers here, and what she did was she sent me some extra so I can create my own pocket letter. Well, what I decided to do was use it and pay it forward in this embellishment box. I thought it was perfect for it. Giselle and I decided we wanted to do a vintage or shabby. um, I decided to kind of combine the two together, and I thought it worked really well together. And I am super, super excited by the way this turned out. So, how I did it was, of course, it's a Dollar Tree box, it's the larger one. I Mod Podged this paper to the top of it, and of course, I sealed it again with Mod Podge. And then I went ahead and adhered the flowers. I think these are Prima flowers. And so I adhered some flowers. And this I had gotten from Ollie. Um, I can't remember what I was buying. I think I was buying some odds and ends or whatever. And I had bought this bag that had odds and ends. And this is what I got from it, which I thought was really super cute. This is pretty flush. It kind of reminded me of butterfly wings. So I think it was a hairband. And so I went ahead and used this and then these two together basically. So it was from the same kit. And like I said, it was a whole bunch of odds and ends with little flower rosettes and things like that. And this here is a doily that I cut from a crochet blanket that I picked up at Goodwill and washed it, and then cut these little doilies out of it. So that made as a nice little contrast. And then of course I attached some more of the flowers. And then what I did was I kind of did the curly Q on the end of some of these flowers just to kind of give it some more texture. And then I wink Estella it like crazy with the Claire. And I'm not sure if the camera will capture it. I think it does on this particular one. So, and then I added some flat pack pearls here. This actually came in this design. I've been using pieces of it. It was kind of a large piece. I've been cutting from it and using it. So this is the last of it. Pretty sad, but I thought it blended really well with everything. And then I used Vintage Photo and just kind of distress everything to give it that vintage look. And then I kind of did the bottom of it. I'm not going to put any lace on the bottom of this. I thought I might, but I think I'm going to leave it clear. I did use the vintage photo all the way around, and then I used it on the bottom as well. So it gives it that nice vintage look to it. And then we open it because it was double-sided paper. This is what the back side of it looks like. It's kind of a whisper feather. I thought it was super pretty. And then what I did was I adhered one of those pockets that you get from Target. A lot of planners use it, and I thought I would just do that. And again, I used the cut aparts, some of them that Angela sent me. I didn't want to use all of them because I want to use some of them for cards or possibly make pocket letters or make a pocket letter out of. So what I did was the paper that Angela had sent me, I went ahead and backed it up against this plastic pocket, and so that way you get this background too. And then these tuck in here. And these are some butterflies that I had bought from Ollie, and I decided because the way it was cut when it was sent to me kind of came in like these halves bodies, and so rather than get rid of it, I thought I would just use it for the side here and just added this bow here. So I thought that was really pretty, and I thought I wanted to kind of make use of that because I didn't want to just get rid of it. But to me, that worked out. And then in this loveliness box here, oh, I'm so excited. Um, this box here, when we decided to do the swap, we decided that we would do a minimum of 3 handmade elements, and then the rest is whatever we wanted to put in there. So I did a little bit more than 3, and then I kind of added some touches. And I want to thank YouTube because seriously, while I was doing this box, I was watching some inspiration videos for embellishment boxes, and I'm like, oh, I could do that as well. And, oh, let me do that as well. So it was like it was an added inspiration as I was working on this box. So I really appreciate YouTube for that. I kind of use these. These are the butterflies I was telling you about. I thought they were adorable. Aren't those gorgeous? Super pretty. I kind of cut them apart and kind of used them all over the box. So this particular compartment here, um, this I did not get at Ollie. I have a store that's called Scrap PDX, and it's kind of a store where you can go in and offload art supplies. And it's this huge store, and you never know what you're actually going to find in there. I mean, anywhere from paper towel rolls to film, old files, all sorts of sewing notions is found in this store. I love it. I mean, if you've got something similar to that in your town, it's awesome. So I kind of found this in there, and I'm not sure if it was kind of a bulk buy that somebody decided they no longer wanted to have, and they just dropped it off and donated it. So that's where I got this. So I thought that was a total score. This was gifted to me in a swap, and I thought it was perfect. And so what I did was again take some. I had some scrap paper left over from that paper that Angela sent to me. So I went ahead and just made a little banner and just kind of clipped it. And distressed. I distressed everything with vintage photo is what I use, and then put a little staple there, so it kind of keeps it all nice together. Now this, um, close to my heart, used to have these tubes that you could do candies with. It was ages ago, and I had a bunch of them. I'm not sure why. I think it was a huge D-stash that Close to My Heart was doing while I was a consultant. And so I have all these tubes, and I thought, I wanted to utilize in the box. Unfortunately, it came like that big. Well, what I did was I cut it down to fit this container. So I put it in there. And I topped it off with some of the paper that Angela had sent. All the paper that's in here I used from Angela's gifting me. So, yeah, so just want to put that out there. And then I topped it off with a gem that I had. And so you open this up, and I'm super excited about this, and I hope Giselle is as well. Um, I really had a hard time partying with this pom pom trim because this pom pom trim is beautiful, but I thought it coordinated with the box really well. So it was a sign. I have these wooden veneers that I got. I honestly don't know where I picked these up at, but I had these, and then of course what I did was I just covered it with paper, and so that's what this is, coordinating paper again that Angela had given me, and so the back side looks like this. And what I did was I spelled Giselle, so she has her own little banner. Put jump rings on them. Isn't that adorable? I just love how that turned out. And of course I stuffed it in here. So I didn't want to decorate the outside of this container because I thought the pom-pom trim in it was beautiful as it was. And then at the bottom, I was thinking about painting inside each one of these compartments. And I thought, no, I don't want to worry about it scratching. So what I did was I had picked up some of this beautiful organza ribbon. It's got a little bit of a wire to it. And then I just cut it to fit the compartments. So it kind of just lays in there like that. And I did that for each one of them. I remember making a container for Scrapped Royal Swap, and I had made my own shred to coordinate because I did like a under the sea type theme, and I just watched her painfully pick these out as she was showing my box, and I just totally felt for her. So I don't want to do that again. So I thought this organza ribbon would be ideal. I also included two rolls. That was my Texas coming out. Two rolls of washi, and I also wanted to include some whole pieces of this beautiful organza ribbon. So what I did was I wadded some up, and then I made some little dangles. Aren't those gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I just love these. They're beautiful. I mean, they are so blingy, and I think the camera is capturing it. So I did pick up some beads today, and this is one of them that I picked up. And then I had these rondos already. So this is gorgeous, and it's on a paper clip, so she could use it on whatever she wanted to use it. Isn't that gorgeous? So I love that little extra there. I think that'll totally make it. Anyways, I really love that. So I'm like, I need to make some more of these little dingles because I just love that, especially with the rose gold. So I thought that totally coordinated really well. Okay. And then I made a bunch of these little bows. I have a die that made little bows and I did not like it. It was too cumbersome and they were tinier than this and I gave up. I was just over it. So this is from one of my Cricut cartridges, and kind of one of the things that I wanted to do this weekend was kind of utilize the tools that I already had. And I don't use my Cricut as much as I should, and I need to, because I mean it is a good piece of investment that I need to try to utilize as much as possible. So I made two sizes of bows, and I wink and style it like crazy. I think the camera is catching it pretty good. So I made a bunch of bows, and I was pretty happy I used my Cricut. Next up is my brother, scan and cut. I really need to learn how to use that. So, okay, so that's those compartments. Again, that's the flower. I just kind of wanted to use it throughout the box. And then these beads I bought today. Michael's was having a really good sale that was 40% on all their string beads, and then plus an additional 20%. So I wanted to include some of that for her. And these are just absolutely gorgeous. So I really hope she appreciates these. I'm sure she will. But it's really hard for me to part with this because I just love all of the colors, and I'm actually contemplating and going back to Michael's tomorrow and picking up some more beads because these are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you can't go wrong with 40% off all their string beads, because it's usually off the green beads or the brown ones. It's all of their beads, and then plus with the additional 20%, can't lose on that particular one, right? So there's that. Um, Somebody gifted this to me. The colors sort of blend, so I decided to go ahead and throw that in there, just kind of a topper as a decoration. Um, I thought this is super cute. I got this at my local craft store called Craft Warehouse, and it's little eyelashes, and then it says Shine Bright. So I wanted to give her that. And then I made these adorable little envelopes with my little mini We Are Memory Keeper. I can't talk. Little mini We Are Memory Keepers envelope maker. So I did these, and that's what the other side looks like. And then it has a little card. These little guys, I will show you in a minute. Remember, um, oh, who is it? I can't remember. I cannot remember. It's an older brand, and they have these little baubles, and they're kind of a little rubbery bauble. So what I did was is I basically stuck these to the paper that coordinated with it and just cut around it, and they made these nice little uh, magnified picture. So I made her two of these, and the fun fur also got from Angela. Super pretty. So I made two little envelopes. I'm super excited about this box. I really hope she likes it. This is a glass container. I had bought some sequins in it, and I had dumped it, or either used it all, or I either dumped it in my little sequence organizer. But these little beads here are from Michael's. It comes in a big container. I've been using it quite a bit, and so I wanted to go ahead and share that stash with her. She may or may not have it, who knows? But I thought the colors coordinated really well. So if she's like me, sometimes I tend to hoard my stash, and so it's nice when you get a box like this, so you can just use what's in the box to give to somebody else, or to use it to make something for somebody else. And then this, no joke. When I went to business at Dallas, Texas, and everybody always talks about Daiso, right? So, what? Don't laugh. So I took a cab to Daiso. It was $15 each way to go to Daiso, and I think I spent maybe 30 minutes at Daiso. Now, if it's Daiso or Daiso, I'm not sure, but I had to go check it out because I had to see what everybody was raving about. I literally only spent $50 there. So it cost me $30 to get there round trip to spend $50. So yeah, you do the ratio. But whatever, at least I got to experience it because we don't have it here in Portland, believe it or not. We have all sorts of other craft stores, but we don't have it. So anyways, what I found were these little word cards. They're kind of these little guys. I honestly don't know what Giselle could use this for, but I thought she's creative enough she could figure it out. If anything, maybe she wants to do little memory flashcards for herself or maybe make little notes. But whatever she decides to use it for, at least it's decorated super cute. So I went ahead and decorated the front and the back of each. And then here's the other side. I didn't want to leave it unturned. I didn't want to leave it blank. And so there you go. Excuse me. And so now she has these little flashcards. They're called word cards. And so, and she can use it however she sees fit. And then, of course, I thought I'd use the fun fur to attach it. So that's in that compartment. Um, I also shared with her some of my flowers, my little praise possessions, my little pretties. So she's got some of those. These aren't the ones that I use on the front cover. They're a little bit more of a pale with a little light purple distress, but I think she'll enjoy those. This compartment just kind of has a bunch of little doodads for the most part. I gave her some more of these. I figured that she might be able to alter them like I did. Some more of these rose gold paper clips. I love these. And I think I got these at Dollar Tree, and I just love them. These are from Maya Road. I got in a stash from a long time ago. These are these cute little spools, and I thought maybe she could find some use for it. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock here, 11 p.m., so I think it's getting super late, and so I'm getting tired. And then I wanted to give her some more doilies that I use on the front of her box. So I thought she might enjoy those. So I stuffed those in there just to kind of use it as a filler. Didn't really need to put that in there, but that's okay. Excuse me for the sniffles. And then in the middle here, I decided to give her, like, Angela gave me so much of this fun fur. So I thought, this is perfect to share. So this actually isn't that big. I think I gave her like 12 inches, but it looks so nice and full. And I put it on this little vintage pen, clothespin. Okay, now these are super cute. These are those Dollar Tree containers, and they fit like three of them perfectly in here like this. See that? Okay, so again, I cover the tops of them, and this particular container has, I can open it. I made a bunch of these little guys. So she can have, and she can use it as accent pieces on her projects. So, aren't I clever? I'm just super excited that I thought of that. Um, Having so much fun using my stash, I tell you. I'm obviously not going to open this container, but here is a container of seed beads that she can use. And then in this one is a sequence mix. This sequence mix is so fun. I got this on my other business trip while in Chicago. So it's kind of fun to go on a business trip and be able to go see what the other crafters have available to them. And so, and it's kind of a store like Craft Warehouse is to me. It's kind of not totally known, but just kind of varies from different towns. And so that was super fun to go in there. But they had really good sequence mixes for like $3, super cheap. And I think that's it. I'm going to have fun putting this banner back in here. So that's going to be fun. I won't do that on camera. And I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this embellishment box. I really had fun making it. I am not going to tell you how much time I spent on it, but I will tell you it's really stressful for me at work lately. And so for me to be able to take my time and just play with this and just do what I wanted and maybe implement some of the things from the YouTube inspiration videos has been awesome. And I have to tell you, I honestly don't know what's my favorite part of this box because I love it all. I can't, I don't know, I think maybe the dangles. Maybe the dangles are my favorite part of this box because they are so gorgeous and so pretty and so blingy. So, any rate, that is it. Until next time, talk to you later. Bye.